All right, let's get to it. Remember, we've been talking about speed equals distance over time, or average speed here, where there's a subscript, is velocity over delta t. So with this test, you're understanding we're looking at calculating the total distance traveled and the time interval of travel, and then dividing them. Show that each of the following results in 80. So we're going to just be using this equation 4 times. That's it. So if we went 80 miles per hour for 20 hours, then let's see, we have a distance and we have a time. So let's get our speed. So the total distance that we traveled is going to be 80 times 20, which will be 1,600 meters, divided by our time, which is 20 hours. 1,600, there's the zero trick, there's a zero at the end, 160 divided by 2. We can do that relatively easy as 80 miles per hour. So this wasn't meters, by the way, miles. All right, so we have 100 miles per hour for 1 hour, then 60 miles per hour for 1 hour, alternating for 20 hours. So if we go 100 miles per hour for 1 hour, how many miles did we cover? We covered 100. If we go 60 miles per hour for 1 hour, how many miles did we cover? That's going to be 60. 100 plus 60 is going to be 160. And that alternates for 20 hours. So for 10 of the hours, you're going this distance, and then the other 10 of the hours, you're going this distance. So we can multiply that by the average, the 10. So 10 plus 10 divided by 2 different numbers, we get 10. So 160 times 10, we're just adding a 0 divided by the total time, and here we go. V equals 80 miles per hour. Now, it's important to show every step of what we're doing here, and that's going to come into play when we start taking bigger assessments, bigger tests. I need to see every single step as you're going along. 20 miles for taking AP, and that's what they're going to want also. 20 miles per hour for 5 hours is going to be 20 times 5, 100 miles. And then 100 miles per hour for 15 hours is going to be 500 miles. Okay, so 1,500 miles plus 100 miles, that's going to give me 1,600 miles. Divided by the total time that it took, 20 hours. Let's get used to making sure we're writing in our units there, Mr. Scapetas. 160 divided by 20, there's a 0 trick, 160. So we have V equals 80 miles per hour. Speaking of that AP exam, there are times when they give you the answer, pretty much like they're doing now, right? They're saying, show that. Show that. So if I ever give you anything, or you see it on a test somewhere, that means the answer is there. You just have to figure out how did they get there. And then you show the steps. You prove it. 60 miles an hour for 15. 60 times 15. Oh, that's going to be 900. And then 140 miles per hour for 5 hours is going to be 520, 0 to 700. 900 plus 700 gives us 1,600 total miles divided by 20 hours. So our velocity is 80 miles per hour. I'm going to stop it there. That took entirely too long to do the same thing over and over again, but I feel like there are some good tips in there. So hopefully you got something out of this, or hopefully you skipped over this entire video and saved 4 minutes and 46 seconds of your life.